Okay, let's talk about relocation provisions in your lease. What you want to do when you're getting that new lease in place, you found a new place that you really like, and you don't want to go anywhere else. Like this is the place for you for your new practice. You want to move in here. It's like this is your dream spot. But all of a sudden the landlord is busting out this deal where he's like, "Hey, on the lease document, we want to be able to relocate you if we need to later on." And that can be very problematic, especially if you're a veterinary clinic or a dental clinic where it's plumbing and HVAC and electrical intensive. You don't want to do that. That's one of those lease provisions where you need to do everything you possibly can to avoid anything having to do with a relocation provision. And what a relocation provision basically is when a landlord says, "Hey, we can come in if something changes in the future. We get a tenant we like a little bit more, or we need to make space for somebody who wants to take on some bigger space, or whatever reason that they need for relocating." You know, you don't want to have that happen. It's very, very disruptive. Not only do you have to move to a new location and go through that hassle, which the landlords obviously will try to, they'll pay you for relocation sometimes, but the other component is you have to change all your marketing. It just is absolutely disruptive. And patients that are used to going to a certain place and they no longer go to that same place. So it's very, very disruptive. And you don't want to do it. It's a big deal. So long story short, fight the relocation provision with your leases. Even if you're a medical practice, you're not easily moved. Like if you're just clinical and it's just down the hallway, maybe. But if you're plumbing, electrical, and HVAC intensive, like most veterinary and dental clinics are, no relocation provision. I don't care if they're bringing in some big dog national credit tenant to park right in your space where you are. Fight it as hard as you can. Usually you can get out from underneath those relocation provisions and avoid them. So make sure your attorney is removing that from the lease, or at least modifying it so it's not so heavily weighted in the favor of the landlord.